Make sure I'll go live right at 1 o'clock. Hello, welcome everyone. As we all get settled in and connected to audio, I'm going to give it just a minute. Welcome, so great to see so many of you here. All right, as we're getting settled in here, if you're on, I would love to see in the chat where you're joining us from. You are welcome in that chat. You should be able to send it to everyone that's here today or just to the hosts and panelists, which is myself and Marie, who's on supporting me as well. It's always nice to see. Look at that, our first comment from Wayland, Massachusetts, which is right down the street. I live in Sharon, Massachusetts, so Boston area. Nice to see you, Susan. And now I see Austin, Las Vegas, Indiana, Minnesota, California, Chicago, all over the place. I always love seeing people from all across the country. Philadelphia is on. All right, love it. So as we get settled here, just a few quick housekeeping items. Oh, we've got another Massachusetts, Randolph, not far from me. Love seeing it. All right, so we are recording this session. So if you miss anything, you feel like there's too much going on, you can't focus, I'm recording it. You'll receive a link to the replay as well as the resources that we share. So stay tuned for that later today. If you have any questions while we're live here today, pop them in the chat box or there's a Q&A feature as well within the Zoom webinar. You can send it to me privately, you can send it to everybody. If you think of something to ask me later, you can email me later as well. Really, I want this to be interactive, so if there's anything you want to share, definitely use that chat box or the Q&A box while we're live. For those of you that are new to the International Association of Women, we're a networking platform where professional women, and that really means no matter where you are in your career journey, we connect you with community, with collaboration, with support. We have a virtual platform within our website that provides networking and community resources, discussion boards. We do a variety of networking events across the world now. We have a global chapter, really connecting you with networking opportunities, professional development, things that help you move ahead in your career. For our chapters, we have chapters across the United States. We also have a chapter in London and a global chapter that operates virtually for people outside of the US. Here at IAW, we really believe in the power of community, and we consistently provide opportunities for our members to be surrounded by positivity and support. So over the next 30 minutes or so, I'm going to share with you insights into this community, insights into who IAW is, what we offer, what we do. I see more hellos in the chat. We have someone on from Scotland. That's exciting. All right, so a quick introduction of me. My name is Megan Bozzuto. I am the president here at IAW. I've been part of this community since 2017. I started here as a freelancer providing marketing services. I was working on my own at the time. I then pivoted into a full-time role. I just loved the organization so much. I decided it was time to walk away from being an entrepreneur and go back into career space. And I love it here. It's a decision I've never regretted. For me, IAW is really a community that supports, empowers, and really helps women come together under the umbrella of success. I've seen really incredible things come out of this community. I love seeing the things that happen with our members when they support each other, when they're out on their own. And I just feel like it's awesome to be in this position where I get to support so many women with meeting their goals. I also like to talk about how IAW has supported me. When I had my marketing business, the IAW community was super supportive, inspired me to really go all in on that business and find more clients, and connected me to clients. But then when I later decided to pivot back into the corporate world, it's the people in this community that gave me the confidence to say that's the right thing to do, that I can go back in that space and feel really confident about what I'm doing. The IAW community on a personal also supported me. I had a big family tragedy a few years ago. My husband suffered a massive medical incident, and it's the people that I was connected to through IAW that really helped me navigate finding balance. I have 3 young kids. My house is crazy, and this community, it's made it easy for me to show up who I am authentically, to form real connections. Like the other people I'm talking with and meeting with they're real people, and they're supportive, and they're amazing, and they're incredible people, motivated, ambitious. I've moved around a lot. I think I've lived in 10 different cities. So like New York, Denver, now in Boston. I've lived in Shanghai, I've lived in Dubai. And I've learned through all those moves, I've learned how to connect and make new friends and stay in touch. But some of the most powerful connections I've made with people where I feel like I've had the support that I really need have been right here in IAW. So that's enough about me. And I'm going to share something in a few minutes where we can learn more about you as well, because I love learning about who's here listening with me. But I want to talk for a moment about goal setting, because what I want to show you is how the IAW community can help you to achieve those goals, your goals. And the foundation of what we do is really based on member goals. Goals, we all know, they give us focus. They allow us to hone in on where we're heading and where we want to be. There's a lot of data and research out there. If you Google goal setting and look for stats or research or specifics, but it really helps to trigger new behaviors, helps guide your focus, and helps you sustain momentum in life. But we know not everybody knows how to set goals. I think it's easy to sort of dream big and to have big ideas, but getting those crazy goals honed into, okay, what am I really going to set out to do? That can be difficult. And that's where we step in. We talk a lot about SMART goals that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. But we have a goal setting workbook. We go through goal setting programs every month to help you hone in on what goals matter most where you're at in your career or in your business right now. So I want to take a moment, and what I often say at our events is these are safe spaces. So we respect everyone's comments in the chat. We're respectful of each other. What's one goal that you have for yourself, and something that you want either personally or professionally, something that you either really honed in on and defined, or maybe one of those really big, crazy goals? Let me know in the chat. I need to move my chat so I can actually see my chat. But I would love to get an idea of what some of your goals are. My goals right now, one of my big goals is to really take back control of my health. I really sort of let things slide with COVID and supporting my kids and running around. So health is a big one on my list. At work, it's to really add more value to this community. I'm really focused on making IAW the leading resource for professional women and adding as much value as possible. So what do we have? So I see, Jennifer Hall from Dayton, Ohio. I was born in Dayton, Ohio. That's where I'm from originally. I love it. So we have, someone says, pass my SAFE certification and be a mom. Find as much personal fulfillment out of personal goals as professional goals. Opening my own real estate brokerage. Grow my client base. Opening an event space. Finish writing the novel I'm working on. Start a side business doing training. Work on my house inside and out. Love it. All right. So now that we've shared those, and if you didn't put it in the chat, you can take note in your head or write notes on a piece of paper as well. But what's standing in the way of accomplishing these goals right now? What do you feel like is standing in your way? Oh, someone said fear, not enough time, the unknown, prioritizing my time, a lack of capital, putting myself as a priority, limiting beliefs. I get it, right? Life can be really overwhelming and there's so much distraction, there's uncertainty. Sometimes we get in our own head, imposter syndrome takes over. One of my big goals that I sort of kept to myself for a long time was I wanted to write a book. And I threw that out there to somebody. Somebody asked me, like, what's one really big thing you want to do? And I said, I want to write a book. And she's like, so write the book. And right now I'm working on writing my first book and I'm co-authoring it with somebody and it's going to be great. But it's like, when you put it out there and you tell somebody else about it, it becomes real. And sometimes that's really scary. And sometimes you're like, can I really do it? But when you have community around you, it helps you feel like you actually can go do it. And you have people who are going to say, go write that book, go start that business, go do it. I do have an opportunity here for you to share your goals with us. So this is a form that only comes to me and Marie, who's listening in as well. Marie's going to pop a link in the chat for all of you. And this just shares your contact information and it helps to hone in on those goals. And what'll happen after you submit that form, it will take us a little bit of time, but we'll circle back a little bit of time. Like today, by Monday, we'll follow up with customized resources for you to check out to kind of help you, point you in the right direction of meeting those goals. All right, Karen, you wrote a chapter. That was your start. It's a good starting place. You have to start somewhere. Get that book written. All right, so I shared earlier that IAW, the community has really helped support me through good and bad. We love to celebrate the really good things, but we know that it's not all good, right? There's a lot of challenges that get thrown our way. And so I'm going to show you 3 ways that the IAW community can support you when things get hard. We're going to celebrate you when there's success to be had, but when things get hard, who do you have by your side? Who can you go to for support? Who's going to help you to make those goals seem not quite so intimidating? Or who's going to be there to say, go, you can do that. So the first, IAW helps you set smart goals, but we also help keep you accountable. We all have some really big dreams, right? We have really big things we want to accomplish. We put so many of them in the chat here, but we know that it's not going to just be easy. We can't just say, oh, I want to write a book and suddenly I'm going to start writing that book and get that book done. There's a lot of things that are going to get in my way. And we often pile so much on our own to-do list and we struggle. Who has a hard time saying no? If somebody comes today and says, can you do this for me and have it done by tomorrow? Like, it's really hard to say no to people. And women especially have a hard time prioritizing their own goals and their own self-reflection above the things that other people are asking us for. Once your plate is full or possibly overflowing, it can be hard to know where to start or to prioritize the list of things that need to get done. And if you're a business owner, you likely find that you have big dreams for your business, but you don't have time to work on your business and build those dreams because you're always working in the business. If you're managing a team, you might find that you're in a position of leadership. You're feeling the pressure of keeping momentum going with your employees, but while balancing business results, right? There's so much to balance. And finding balance, sometimes I feel like it's this elusive dream, right? How do I find balance? I have 3 small kids. I have a disabled husband now. I have a career. I have things I want to do personally, and finding balance can be really hard. But I don't want that lack of balance or all these things to keep me from writing the book or doing the thing that I really want to do. Because we know that that's the road to burnout, and burnout's not good. Like, how do we put ourselves and our goals at the top of our to-do list? And that's what we help you do here. So we help you to hone what's really important. We'll keep you motivated to build that momentum and check in to make sure you're feeling supportive. We do that through first our monthly Monday motivation session. So this is something that I host the first Monday of every month. It's a Zoom webinar similar to this, where we talk through, what are you working on now? What are your goals? Where do you need help? You get to share and ask with the community. We give you resources, we connect you with benefits, but it's a monthly session. It's recorded if you're not available live, but a monthly thing to help kick you off in the right direction at the start of every month. All members also get access to our goal tracker, which is embedded right within your member profile. This is actually launching this week. We updated our website. We launched an entirely new website last year. We continue to make enhancements. We're always adding value. And so we have this new goal tracker that allows you to put in, where am I at right now? Where am I at in my professional journey? And what do I want to achieve? And then we'll check in with you. My team will actually call you, or they'll text you, or they'll email you. They'll give you resources based on what it is you're doing, and really check in to see how it's going. We also have a monthly membership guide. So as part of this Monday motivation, sorry, my chair's moving. As part of this Monday motivation, we launch a membership guide as well, where you'll get, it has a goal check-in on it. It allows you to do a little self-assessment. It has a habit tracker. So we all know that habits are the best way forming new habits are the best way to get new things done. And so a habit tracker built in there. It has featured resources of the month, links to benefits and upcoming events. Then we also have, if you're somebody who has a well-established business, or you're a coach and you're looking for more visibility through speaking opportunities and content collaboration, the influencer roadmap allows you to do that. And that's part of our influencer program, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. So I want to put the spotlight on Ada Crenshaw. Ada is a member of ours in the Dallas area. And we were actually speaking on an event one day, and she shared that IAW, and this, I didn't know this about her. I didn't know how influential this had been in Ada's career, but she said that IAW had helped push her outside of her comfort zone, that she was not the type of person who wanted to show up and put herself out there. She actually volunteered for a leadership position and found that she was able to grow in ways that she never imagined. And it was the influence and the support of IAW that was there to help her feel connected with that. I recently hosted Ada on LinkedIn Live. I think it was just last week. We had a great conversation on LinkedIn Live, and I just love seeing her show up and be so vibrant and be so supportive of other women, and knowing that she'd been just like so many of us, where it's like, I'm afraid to put myself out there, or I'm not sure if this is right for me. So I love hearing our member stories. So I have a few members that I'll feature throughout the day today. So next, I asked you earlier, what's standing in the way of you achieving your goals, or even trying to move forward with your goals? And there's a lot of varied answers, right? There's so many things that get stuck in the way. I find that people really get stuck in what we call analysis paralysis. There's a lot of overwhelm in just trying to figure out, where do I start, or how do I build momentum? So I want to show you our resource library, because what we've done is we've built an extensive library. There's hundreds of resources in there. It connects you with experts. It connects you with advice, tools, guides, really anything you need to navigate challenges that you face on your professional journey. And what I like about the resource library is that it's not just build it and be done. Every single week, we add new resources to this library. So we're constantly listening, and we're constantly creating new resources based on where you're at and what you need. Members gain access. When you join as a member, you get access to everything that's been published historically, as well as everything going forward. To give you an example of this, I want to talk for a minute about social media, because this is, if you're a business owner, unless you're working in the social media space, even if you're not a business owner, if you're trying to maintain a LinkedIn profile or do something on Instagram, like, social media is something that so many people say they struggle with, and they don't know what channels to post on. They don't know how to attract followers. They don't know how to maintain any type of posting cadence or consistency. Oh, look at this. Completely overwhelmed by social media. I get it. And it's something that you're not alone. I hear it from a lot of people. So I'm going to show you a snapshot of things in the member library. So the list in the pink box, those are all videos that we have available for you. And they're videos that they're done by experts. So we have, let me see if I remember who did these. So how to become an opportunity magnet on LinkedIn is Olivia Jars. She's got a massive following on LinkedIn. She does incredible things on the platform. Personal branding on social media, 4 steps to success. That's Brittany Crossan. She runs a social media company and has a podcast all about social media. So Pinterest Essentials is my own Holmes. Again, she's got an amazing Pinterest board. She does really great things on Pinterest. So it's experts. And When you attend live, what's great is you connect directly with those experts. So you can ask them questions live, you can connect with them, but often they carry the conversation over for our replay followers as well. So it creates opportunities for you to connect. On the right side of the page, you'll see a snapshot of some of the resources that we have. So the big long one is LinkedIn profile tips. We've got a guide, growing your business using social media. That one includes post ideas as well. Using social media to activate your personal brand. Sorry, I can't see the rest of my screen. My chat box is blocking it, but it's how to create an online presence to create new opportunities for yourself. So we do a lot of resources. This is just one example. I pulled social media because it's something that so many people resonate with. But there's stuff with imposter syndrome, there's stuff with resume writing and job searching and careers, there's stuff with leadership. So there's a lot of different segments of where you can go within the member resource library. So I mentioned the resource library. It's a big part of our benefits. There's more than 100 videos, there's ebooks, there's templates, there's guides. It's all within the resource library. Every week, we also host tons of workshops and webinars. So we have a few different series that do webinars. We do workshops. We also feature experts live on LinkedIn for Q&A sessions. We have a podcast, which is actually going live today, where we feature experts. Your monthly membership guide is the key to navigating all the benefits. And we've partnered with LinkedIn Learning. Members at the innovator and influencer level get access to LinkedIn Learning through our platform. And I don't know if you're familiar or you've used it before, but LinkedIn Learning really equips you with access to some really great learning opportunities. It really helps to keep those skills fresh, which is, as we know, one of the best ways to stand out in the market. I have another member to feature. So Volante, she actually just shared a video yesterday on the Chicago Facebook page. She's part of our Chicago leadership team and had this comment about our resource library. Val's an entrepreneur, and she was feeling really isolated in her journey, which I think is not an uncommon feeling. Whether you're an entrepreneur or not, sometimes you just feel really alone, and you don't have a mentor, or you don't have a partner, or you don't have somebody that you can turn to and really get authentic advice. She said that with the IAW community and the resources, that she feels that she really gets a powerful support system that takes away that feeling of isolation. So she says it allows her to feel like she's in business for herself without being in business by herself. All right, so then the third thing I want to talk about is community. And surrounding yourself with a strong community is really one of the best things you can do to support your professional growth. And this doesn't just mean being on an email list or attending one event or having your family and friends close by, but it really encompasses all of the relationships and the efforts you're creating. We talk a lot about networking at IAW. There's a lot of networking events, and it's what we try to do is equip you with how to show up at those events where you're going to walk in and feel supported and welcomed and confident, ready to engage and share your story. Like, think about when you walk into a new room or a networking event. Like, are you comfortable walking in and expressing who you are, or do you feel overwhelmed or intimidated by others in the room? Because it can feel really awkward if you're not in the right space. When you walk into events or you hop on Zoom for an event and you feel empowered and connected and supported by that community, it gives you the confidence to show up. It gives you courage to share who you are authentically, to say, you know what, I want to write a book. I'm going to tell you all now, I want to write a book. 12 months ago, I probably wouldn't. It was still that in the back of my mind. It was one of those things I wanted to do, but I didn't feel comfortable putting it out there. When you're able to express yourself, your thoughts and your ideas and your goals openly and freely, when you're in that safe space where you feel the community and you feel the support, it creates this new sense of empowerment. It's crazy how, like, when you feel like you're surrounded with people who understand what you're going through and where you're at, you suddenly feel like you can share those big, crazy goals. And you're going to have the people who are going to collaborate you and support you and sort of be in that same position right along with you. So as you're facing the same struggles or you're accomplishing the same things, you'll feel a sense of connectedness that really motivates you to keep going. I see here, depending on the environment, there are a variety of senses and feelings. I agree with that. It depends on what room you're walking into. I will apologize. My dog, there's a package being delivered. So the dog is going to bark, but he should stop in just a minute. Hopefully that's not too loud. So how we build community at IAW is primarily through our networking events, through our local chapters, and we also offer speed networking virtually. And it's really designed to support you through the good things, the not so good things, everything you've done. So if you've gotten a promotion or you've published a book or you've launched a new product, signed a big deal, all those things that we love to celebrate, we're here to help acknowledge those and to cheer right along with you. But more importantly, when things are tough, we're right there by your side and giving you that, you can do this, you can keep going, or here's a resource to help you, or here's a person that might be able to help you. Every month we host a lot of events. So we have our local chapter events. We also have our virtual programming, which work to deliver content, but also work to connect you with other people. And really, we want you to walk away feeling like inspired and ready to go tackle your to-do list. We also have our online community. So if you're not the type that wants to attend events, we have an online community that has a discussion boards that are set up by topic. So you can find people within the community. Everyone gets a profile as well, so you can search on those profiles. We have a Facebook group if you prefer connecting on Facebook. And then finally, we also have a mentoring program that pairs people up based on specific skills, industries, locations, needs. There's different criteria you can put in there. I have one more member to feature. This is Andie Monet, and what she shared related to community. I really love IAW. It's a safe place to really thrive and grow and meet people, to build relationships and a support structure. And I love how she frames this as that safe space. I think that sometimes we show up and it's hard to find the right people who are going to make us feel comfortable sharing openly. So I just want to read this comment in the chat for a minute. Brittany says, owning a business and working for someone else is the most awkward of feelings in some spaces to me. I ask myself, who am I here representing? My personal brand, business, or my company? Should I talk about company or the company I work for? After getting stuck in my own head, silence wins. So Brittany, I completely, I understand that. It can be really challenging. I will tell you, I have people who, actually, I have one of my employees who owns her own business and she also works for me full time, and she manages that really, really well. Her name is Katie. I would love to connect you with her because I'm sure she can help you talk through how to show up as like this. I have a career, I have a full-time job, I'm supporting this business, but I'm also doing something on my own. Like there's awkward conversations. And I'd love to point you to some resources to help navigate that, because I think that you can show up in both. I think having goals and knowing where you're showing up and who you're talking to and what your outcome wants to be is important. But I completely understand where you're coming from. So I want to talk for a minute about member benefits. I realize we're cutting short on time. I do plan to wrap up at 1:30. But if you have questions, pop them in the chat. I can always stay on a little extra, and I can also get back to you via email and follow up, schedule calls. We have a whole team that can support answering questions. So what I often tell people is investing in your professional success is important. That often you'll find that as you're going through things, as things get challenging, taking interest in building your skills and connecting with the right people and being in the right rooms is really important. So at IAW, we're a membership organization. We have 3 levels of membership. So at the entry level, we have our initiator platform, which is $99 a year. It's a fantastic investment. You get access to all of our networking, the goal tracker, all of our workshops and webinars. There's also our IAW Perks discount program, and you can easily save over $100 a year if you just use a couple of the Perks programs. Our Innovator is the middle level membership, $4.99 for the year. That adds on the LinkedIn Learning membership, the mentorship, as well as Leadership Lab Pro, which is something that's going to be launching in June. It takes our Leadership Lab content, it condenses it down into bite-sized chunks of content, so like 10 minutes or less. because I know we're all short on time, we're all short on attention spans, and it will equip you with additional tools and resources to hone in on those things like social media is overwhelming, or how do I network in this room? Answer little questions like that. And then finally, if you're at the top end and you're looking for more visibility, you want to promote yourself, you can apply to be an influencer. And that gets you access to speaking at our events, to upgraded content, to collaborate on content where you're featured as an expert in our events. And every influencer also gets a custom roadmap that supports you through your 12 months of membership. So that's the information about membership. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. I see a couple of questions in the chat. So are there chapters in every state? So we do not have a chapter in every state. We have about, I want to say 35 chapters across the US. There is a map on our website. If you let me know where you're located, I can tell you what the closest chapter would be. We're constantly looking for opportunities to grow our chapters. I see here someone's in Georgia. We have an active chapter in Atlanta. All right, I see you're in Minnesota. We don't have Minnesota active at this point in time, but again, if that's something that you're interested in exploring, we can take a look at how many members are in that area and what it would take to get a chapter up and running. All right, I see Ohio. We have a Cleveland chapter. Also to note, all of our chapters are virtual at the moment. We're working on making plans over the summer. We're going to be live in 10 cities across the United States this summer with actual live big networking events, but then working on plans to get our chapters back in person. Once chapters are fully back in person, we plan to maintain, we've always had an element of virtual networking, and we plan to maintain that. So no matter where you are, there will always be networking opportunities. I see another question here. How many members internationally in the US? So we right now have about, I want to say 4,000 members, maybe just under 3,500. Primarily in the US, we are growing. Our international chapters just launched at the end of last year. So we're growing internationally, but most of our members are located in the US right now. All right, Marie popped that share your goals link in the chat again. So if you didn't get it the first time, definitely grab that. Great question, Charlotte. So our memberships payable by month, both year and month or just yearly. You can choose. As you can see, I have pricing up here that shows the annual pricing or the monthly pricing. And when you go to the website, iawomen.com/join will get you there. You can pick if you want annual or monthly pricing. I also want to offer up, if you submit that goals form, we have a membership team that can reach out and schedule a call. So if you have any questions, you want to see the website more thoroughly, like we can support that. We would love to, even if you have questions about, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, I need some support. Schedule a call with our membership team, because they're always happy to support and take those calls. So with that, I realize I'm 2 minutes over. In respect of it being Friday afternoon and all of your time, I will wrap up now. But I want to thank you all, those that joined live, or if you're watching the recording, definitely reach out, connect with us. We'd love to learn more about what you do and what you're struggling with, and try to help support in any way we can. So thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully I'll see you in the community soon. Take care.